In this video, I'll be discussing banners to pull if you are a frontrunner main in Umamusume. After looking up all the banners up to the 4.5 anniversary in JP, I came up with a couple of banners that you might want to pull. I'll discuss why the banner is good and why you should roll on them. A huge disclaimer before you watch this video. I am not a JP player, and the things I put here are based on my research and my own understanding. So yeah, with that, first of all, for frontrunners, of course, we have Seiun. Her banner is currently up. She is the most important banner you need to roll for if you are planning to play frontrunner in the game. Why? Because Seiun is the current meta parent for frontrunner. If we take a look at her unique skill, angling and scheming, if you're in the first position on any corner, it basically increases your acceleration. The whole point of Seiun is basically to just inherit her unique onto the other frontrunners, because this skill is a really reliable and a good unique skill for increasing your acceleration on the last spurt. Her kit herself is decent, and you can also run her as an ace if you want, but most of the time, as the banners pass on, you mostly just want to inherit her unique to other better frontrunners, such as Summer Maruzensky, Valentine Kitasan, that I will discuss later on in the video. Coming up next, we have Maruzensky's Summer and the Special Week Summer banner. Now, what you want to aim on this banner is Summer Maruzensky and not the Special Week Summer. Why is Maruzensky really good? Maruzensky is the best frontrunner until Valentine comes out. She's like the best frontrunner for Mal. If we take a look at her kit, she has a really good stat bonus, which is 50% on speed and 15% off wit, and she has like a really good distance aptitude every distance, which you can run her on short, mile, medium, but she's the best on mile with her kit. Her unique itself is really good. Well, why is Summer Maruzensky unique really good? It's because if you see her unique skill in the second half of the race, it increases the speed when you recover stamina with your skills while being in front. So you can kind of manipulate how she activates her skill with any recovery skill. So for example, if we have the 777 skill and this Niigata racetrack, which the 707 meters left is here, and the last spurt is here. If she activates her unique skill right about here, then she can do a speed carry over into the last spurt, which is really, really good. I was talking about this 777 skills, by the way. She also has it as her innate, which is really good. She also has decent gold recovery skill, which is a gold recovery on an uphill. Although this skill is good only in longer racetracks where uphill is more common. She also has speed eater, which is really good on mile, and this gold skill, which increases your speed if you run her in mile, and she's at the very front of the pack, and it's gonna activate anyway because most of the time you're gonna be in the first half of the pack as you run her as a frontrunner. The next banner we have on the list is Valentine Mihono and Asian Flash Valentine. The character you want to be aiming for this banner is Mihono, as Valentine Mihono is one of the best frontrunner in the game at that time when she was released. She's a must pull if you're running a frontrunner. She's way better than Maruzensky as well. Why is Mihono Valentine version really good? As you can see from her stat bonus, it's speed, stamina, power, which is a really good boost for like the career overall. She also has a nice distant aptitude, so you can kind of train and run her for any distance. What's really good about her though is her unique skill. During any middle corner, if you detect any girl behind you, your speed and stamina will recover. This unique is really good because not only that it increases your speed, it also recovers your stamina. And most of the time, this skill will activate due to the frontrunner strategy where you run 3 frontrunners and they compete with each other. She also has a really good skill, which is an escape artist, which increases her speed if she's at the front of the pack. What's good as well is she has this innate groundwork skill, so you don't need to inherit and parent farm as she has this innate in her kit. She also has this concentration skill, which you get from Tazuna, and this skill is really important. It really helps frontrunner a lot to gain bonus at the start of the match, as it also helps to activate groundwork where you want to have 3 skills activated at the start of the race. Overall, really solid frontrunner, and she screams frontrunner really hard because she has innate concentration, innate groundwork, and her unique skill is just busted as well. I'm not really too sure if I should involve the evolve skills as well because I'm not really sure where they will come out with this. Just know that there's also an evolved version of the skills where if you meet like a certain conditions, then it will have the upgraded version for the skill as well. For example, for escape artist, it could be either of these two where it increases your stamina as well, or it increases your speed even further. She also has an upgraded concentration, which increase all her stats by 10. The next banner that we should be looking out for if you want to run frontrunner, Kitasan. So why is Kitasan really good? She's basically the frontrunner for the long distance track. As we have discussed before, most of these horses is not really optimized for the long distance. For example, Maruzensky is optimized for mile, and Valentine Mihono, she's good overall, but she's like not specialized for the long distance track herself. That's where Kitasan comes in. If we take a look at her kit, she has a really nice stat bonus, having 20% on speed and 10% on stamina, and her aptitude is good for medium and long. If we take a look at her unique skill, it's basically if she's at the front of the pack, her speed will increase at the third corner. What this means is that, for example, if we take a look again at this Niigata track, the third corner is here. She's really good on this because at the third corner, if she activates her unique skill, then there will be a speed carryover into the late race spurt. Or alternatively, there's also a second trigger condition. So I believe how this works is that either of this skill activates. So it's either you only get this first one, which is the speed, or the second one, which you also get acceleration nearing the end of the race. Now, for both of this skill, you basically want to be at the front of the pack, or if we see here, order less than 2, which means she needs to be either the first place or the second place, but since you run her as a runner anyway, she's most likely to meet that requirement. Now, if we take a look at her other unique activation skill, which is pace 2, straight front type 2, and order 2. This means it's at the late race, and she's either the first or second position. And what this straight front type 2 means is that she's currently on a straight on the opposite side of the race course. So what this means is that, for example, the audience is here, the racetrack at the front, of course, is here, and the opposite side is this part here. Now that we get the unique skill out of the way, why is she really good for the long distance as well? If we take a look at her innate skill, she has focus, which is really good for the frontrunners. What's really good about Kitasan though is this frontrunner skill. She also has this upgraded version on her gold skill. So Fortune Favours the Fast is a really good skill from frontrunner. Why? Because at the start of the race, your acceleration will increase. It basically works together with groundwork to increase your acceleration at the very start of the race to reach maximum speed really fast at the start. What's different between this skill and groundwork is that for groundwork, you need 3 skills to activate the acceleration, while this one is mostly just a wisdom check. She also has this flash of wind ghost, which just increase your speed on a random straight on a long distance track. And as we know, anything that increases speed is a really good skill to take for the race. So yeah, for her evolved skill as well, she has the better version of the front runner acceleration at the start and a better version of the flash of wind, which increases the speed as well. Now, I want to take a little bit of time to discuss about these Fortune Favours the Fast skill. So essentially, this skill is actually really bad at the time it was released. If you take a look at the English version of the skill, it's basically called taking the lead. Why is this skill actually really bad when it was released? If we take a look at this, currently the only character we have in the AN version is Mihono Bourbon. What's the difference between this skill pre-buff with the JP is that it has this condition of accumulate time greater than 5. What this means is that it needs to take 5 seconds to proc this skill. Why is this bad? If 5 seconds already passed from like the starting gate here, then you basically already almost reach your top speed by the time the 5 second has passed the race. And I believe in JP they will buff it some point in the future. If we compare it here, the current version in JP basically only has running style 1 and phase 0. It doesn't have any accumulate time greater than 5, which is the 5 seconds I was talking about. Coming up next on the list is Maruzensky Speed SSR card and Nakayama Festa banner. This one is for the Summer Maruzensky support card banner. Why is Summer Maruzensky support card banner really good? If we take a look at her support card, she's already really good at 1 limit break herself. Speed bonus, she also has a power bonus, and it's just a solid card even at 1 LB. It gets better at MLB of course, but it doesn't really change a lot. It's only missing a bit of like a mood bonus. So why is the main reason Summer Maruzensky speed support card is really good is her support hints. She has Summer Runner, which is good, 777, which is good, but this is where the parts get really good for her. It basically just screams front runner straight, front runner corner, lead right, or whatever it's called in English version. It increases your speed basically. Now this is the main reason why you actually pull for Maruzensky. It's her hints right here. So she has Slipstream, she has Playtimes is over, front runner. This is basically the white version skill of the Fortune Favours the Fast groundwork, focus as well. This 5 skill is basically all you want when you run a front runner. It's a really good card for parent farming and putting in the deck itself. She also has this gold speed skill, which is really good because if you've been overtaken or are being blocked from the side during the early stage of the race, your speed will increase. You basically run three front runner anyways, and they'll just overtake each other because that's how the mechanics work for the front runners. I really recommend you to pull on this Summer Maruzensky support card banner if you're planning to run on the front runner, of course. The next frontrunner banner that I will recommend is Aston Machan. She is a frontrunner which specializes heavily on the sprint distance. Technically, she's not a must-pull in my opinion because you already have good frontrunners like Summer Maruzensky, Valentine Mihono, but she's really good if you want to run her in the sprint distance. If we take a look at her kit, she has a 20% bonus on speed, a 10% bonus on guts, which is decent, and her distance is just short. And what makes her a really good front runner for a sprint is this skill right here, her unique skill. So with less than 400 meters remaining, if you're in the front and someone is about to overtake you, your speed and acceleration will increase. So why is this unique skill actually really good? This part right here, 400 meters remaining. It's really predictable and it increases your speed and acceleration. So for example, in one of the green racetrack, let's take a look. For example, the 1000-meter Hakodate racetrack. So the last spurt starts around the 333 meters. 400 meters is somewhere around here. So if she activates her unique skill right about this point, then the run is basically over because she gets 5-second bonus for her speed and acceleration. And if we take a look at her innate skill, she also has Fortune Favors the Fast, which is a really, really good acceleration skill at the start. She also has groundwork, no explanation needed. And she also has this skill in high spirits. So for the short distance, if you're in the first half of the pack during the second half of the middle leg, it increases your speed basically. She also has the upgraded version for the Fortune Favors the Fast, and she also has the upgraded version of the in high spirit skill, which actually also gains an acceleration, which is really good. If you want to dominate the sprint race course and you're looking for a frontrunner, then Aston Machan is a really good option to pull as well. Coming up next, we have the New Year's Kitasan banner. She is also one of the meta frontrunners. I believe all of the three versions of Kitasan is a really, really good frontrunners. Why is this Kitasan Black New Year really good? If we take a look at her stat bonus, is 10% speed, 10% power, 10% width, pretty decent overall. She has a good distance for long as well. So basically all the Kitasan is really good only in medium and long distances. And what's good about Kitasan Black New Year is also this skill right here, her unique skill. During a final leg corner where at least 6 meters remain, if you're in the front of the pack, your speed and acceleration will increase. Having a guaranteed meters remaining and knowing the track that you want is really, really good. You can almost like guarantee this activation to be near like the last part of the race so that the speed and the acceleration actually carry over and make sure she wins. If we take a look at her innate skill, she also has this escape artist, which is really good on front runners. She also has groundwork. She also has Fortune Favors the Fast, which is all really good skills for front runners. And she also got an evolved version for the escape artist and the evolved version for Fortune Favors the Fast. Not really much explanation needed because all the skills I have explained before why they are really good for the frontrunners. Coming up next, we also have Ines Fujin, the Valentine version. It comes with Majiro Ryan Valentine version as well. So why is Ines Fujin actually really good? She has decent start bonus, speed, guts, width. Her aptitude distance is not bad. She's good for like the mile and medium. But what makes her good is her skill. She's basically just a carbon copy of Valentine Mihono Bourbon. If we take a look at her skill, during the first half of the middle leg, if you're in front, your speed will increase and your stamina will recover. And you will be in front anyway because you're running the 3 frontrunner strategy and her requirement is just she needs to be below the 3rd position, which is really nice. This skill will guarantee to be activated. If we also take a look at Mihono Bourbon skill, your speed increase and your stamina will recover. So what's the difference? Technically the same. They increase the target speed and they also increase the stamina recovery. For her innate skill, she also has groundwork, she also has focus, which is upgraded later to concentration. She also has speed eater, which is good for mile distance races, and Gale Slash, which increase your speed on a random corner. She also has the upgraded version of concentration and upgraded version of Gale Slash. I'm pretty sure the acceleration here might be good on some certain maps, but this skill can prop on any random corners, so the acceleration calculations sometimes might not actually be reliable. She can also get playtimes over from her events, and also frontrunner or the white version skill of Fortune favor the fast as well. The next banner we have is a support card, is the Mihono Wit Bourbon support card. If we take a look at the Mihono Bourbon Wit support card, overall the bonus effect is pretty much decent, nothing too crazy here. But what's really good about this support card is this right here, Unshakable Stance. This right here is basically the gold version of the groundwork, which is one of the best skills in the game. As you might have noticed, we've been talking about running groundwork on basically every frontrunner at this point. That's the main reason why this support card is really good, just this point right here. And she also has a bunch of other white hints, which is really good for frontrunners. Up next on the list, we have Agnes Takyon and Silent Suzuka Summer Banner. What you want to aim for from this banner is the Summer Silent Suzuka. Now let's take a look why Silent Suzuka is actually a good unit for the frontrunner. For the stat bonus, she has a decent 50% boost on speed and stamina, and for the distance aptitude, she's good for mild and medium. Now, if you take a look at her unique skill, if you're in the first place, 2/3 to the race, you will get a speed boost. This effect will greatly increase if you are leading by at least 3 lengths. At a single glance, this skill is pretty much just okay. You need to beat her at the first place, and you need to make her lead at least by 3 lengths, which is actually really hard. But what makes this possible is her skill right here, the Great Escape. I believe the Japanese version is called Onige. This skill right here makes her change her running strategy from front to the Great Escape. So this strategy is basically just the more aggressive version for the front runner, and it helps her achieve the unique skill I was talking about. Looking at her innate skill as well, she also has decent skills such as the Escape Artist, Tailhead High, and Further Than Anyone. This is like a Fortune favors the fast, but for the medium version of the race. So she's really good on the medium racetracks. She also has 2 versions of the Escape Artist. This one is basically just a better version of it, then she'll get increased speed. She also has the better version of the Further Than Anyone, which is a really good acceleration skill. She's a really solid medium frontrunner. Coming up on the list, we have Kitasan, the anime version. Yes, I know by this point we've been talking about Kitasan a lot. And yes, she is another version for the long distance frontrunners. She has a 10% stat bonus for speed, 20% bonus for guts. The distance aptitude is medium and long again. So she's good at long distance because of this unique skill. During the opening or middle leg, if you're overtaken or blocked from the side for at least 2 seconds, your speed will increase. And for long only, if you're in the front in the second half of the race, your speed will slightly increase. So her unique skill actually can activate twice. So this is the first part where she's overtaken or blocked. And if we take a look at the second trigger here, is activate other skill detail 1, order 2, distance rate, distance type 4. So this is the second condition where it's long only, is activate other skill details. So this means that you activate the trigger 1 of this skill at some point earlier in the race. It gives a increased speed for a total of 9 seconds. For her innate skill, she has the white version of Fortune Favor the Fast. She also has Tail Head High, which is a really good skill. She also has this skill called Finishing Touch, which only activates at long. And if she has enough stamina left in the first half of the final leg, then she will have increased speed. This is one of the skills that is also really busted and why she is really good at long. So if you run her at long with the skill, if you're third or better during any last spurt straight, your acceleration will increase. So the activation condition for this is really easy because she will be either third or better, and this is only really good on long that has the last spurt as a straight. If it's corner, then it's not a really good skill. There's also her upgraded version for the Finishing Touch, which is a speed boost, and during the final straight, you get another speed boost again. She has basically tons of speed boosts in her kit, and this one is basically the better version of which you also get a speed boost on top of the acceleration that you already get. Moving on the banner, we have Smart Falcon Speed and Kopanoriki. I believe Kopanoriki is a good support card for Dirt, but I'm not gonna really talk too much into it. This card has a really good effect, speed bonus for every speed skill, and also has 80 specialty priority, and it also has a skill point bonus, which is really nice for having those SP gain stuff. And if we take a look at her hints from the skill, it just screams front runner at this point. Front runner skill, front runner skill, front runner skill, front runner skill. All of these are basically just front runner skill that increase speed. You also have groundwork, you also have front runner. This is the main reason you want to run this card, is provides you with the gold skill of the Fujin Favours the Fast. As I believe the only other versions that can give the skill is not really much. It's Twin Helios, Mihono Bourbon, and Majiro Palmer Stamina card. Moving on to the last banner for the recommendations is this Air Shakur Stamina card and Daiwa Wit support card. What you want to aim in this banner is the Daiwa Wit card. Although I know Air Shakur Stamina card is a meta card currently in the JP version. If we take a look at their effects, nothing too crazy. Friendship bonus, bond, hints, specialty priority, skill point bonus, everything is just decent. What makes this card really good is this skill, One Sky, One Goal. I've discussed this previously. This is an innate gold skill on the Kitasan anime version. You can only get this from the Daiwa Wit card. So if you're planning on running any either front runner for long, then you should get this Daiwa Wit card. She also have decent stuff for front runner as well. It's just basically a bunch of skills increasing the speed. After further research, I stumbled upon a couple of some extra banners that you might want to consider rolling on. So the next one is Seiun Sky Power banner. Why is this card good? The reason you want to pull for this Seiun Sky Power card is this skill right here, Further Than Anyone. So it's technically a really good support card for the medium distant racetrack. At the start of the race, your acceleration will increase. It's the same as Groundwork and Fortune Favor the Fast, and this one works specifically for medium. The next banner that you might want to roll on is Mayano Top Gun, the Halloween version. She has decent stat bonuses, and her attitude is medium and long. Now, the main reason why Halloween Mayano is a good pull, she's another front runner that is good at the long distance race. So besides Kitasan, Mayano is another option for the long distance track because her unique skill is really good as well. As we can see here, during the middle leg or later, if you're either in the first place or second, third, you'll get a speed boost and your stamina will greatly recover. So she has a really good stamina recovery for long distance races as well. She also has the innate One Sky, One Goal, which is an acceleration skill that also Kitasan have. She also has a bunch of other gold skill that boost speed, which is really good. Her evolve skill is really good as well. She's in the first place, then she can use a little stamina to double the effect of the duration. As the duration for the skill is actually only 9 seconds, it doubles up to almost 2 seconds. Next on the list, we have Fine Motion Guts card. This card right here is really good for medium racetrack, as if we see from the hint itself, it's mostly for medium. And what's really good about this card is this skill right here, Just Rule, which is the gold skill. So for the medium racetrack, if you're in the first half of the pack during the first half of the final leg, then your acceleration will increase. And as we know, acceleration skill that procs on a very good location is really good. Next up on the list, we have Katsuragi Ace, the New Year version. Why is Katsuragi Ace New Year version really good? She has a decent stat bonus, 5% speed, 10% power, 15% guts, and she has decent distance for like mile, medium, and long, so you can build it for either of those. But she mainly is really good at the medium distance, her unique skill and her kit. So if you take a look at her unique skill, if it's on the medium racetrack, if she is in the top 40% for the entire half of the race, her speed will increase. And if you have the Onige or the Great Escape skill, then instead of speed, your stamina will recover tremendously. This part is really good as well, because if you run the Onige or the Great Escape skill, the max HP of the frontrunner that runs this style has the worst max HP stat. So having a stamina recovery essentially is really good. She also has this gold skill, The Fight's Not Over Yet, which is exclusive to the medium racetrack, and if she's third or better during the final corner or beyond, her acceleration will increase. This skill is similar to Maruzensky unique, as you might have noticed, so it's really good for the medium racetrack as well. She also has another gold skill, which is Galan Figure, which is just boosting speed on the medium racetrack, and her evolve skill is just extra speed boost and another extra speed boost. So yeah, overall she is a solid Uma for the medium racetrack. Next up on the list we have Silent Suzuka Guts card. Why is this Silent Suzuka Guts card really good? So if you can see here for the hints as well, it is really good because it's all basically just frontrunner skill, frontrunner skill, frontrunner skill. You also have Groundwork, Early Bird, Pulling Away, Riding the Tailwind, which is all good acceleration skill. The main reason specifically you want to Silent Suzuka Guts card is this right here. The fight's not over yet. If you're in the medium racetrack, if you're third or better during the final corner or beyond, your acceleration will increase. This skill is the same as we have mentioned before, which is only exclusive to Katsuragi Ace, the New Year version. It also has Escape Artist skill, which is pretty good speed skill. Last on the list, we have Ines Fujin, the Deserted Island version. Ines Fujin has a 12% speed bonus, 10% power bonus, 8% gut bonus. It is a really good medium distance force as well. She has a good aptitude on mild and medium, but mainly she focused on medium because of this unique skill. If you're in the front during the second half of the open leg, your speed will increase. And medium only, then during the middle leg straight, her speed will increase again. So it's basically just bunch of speed boosts. It gets better on the medium racetrack. She also has Further Than Anyone, which is an acceleration skill, which is exclusive to the medium racetrack. She also has another innate code skill, which is Sorry Gotta Go. And if another girl is behind her for at least 30 seconds, her speed will increase. This is really easy to achieve as she will be running 3 fronter strat anyway. And her evolved skill version is just a better version of Further Than Anyone and more speed here. Alright, we've come to the end of the video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I just want to clarify and make this clear again. I'm by no means a JP player or an expert on this matter. This is all purely based on my research. If I miss any of the good banners, I do apologize, and please let me know down in the comments below, as it will also help other people who is frontrunner main and me myself. I'm also making other version of this for the Pace Chaser, Late Surger, and Closers. These are all still a work in progress, and I'm also planning on making one for the Universal, where it's a banner you must pull regardless of the stats. I'll link the docs in the description down below, and if you have any questions, feel free to join my Discord server and ask me there. As always, thanks guys for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one.